that time of the week again, Kendall, we sit down and we talk about the last three results. We'll cover the Darvel game, obviously, St Cadocs and Kirkcaldy. Touch on a wee bit on the friendly we had on Monday night as well. And we'll look ahead to the cup game here on Saturday against Rossville. So we'll start against Darvel. Obviously, we talked about the Darvel game the last time we sat down and how much we were looking forward to it and the natural Novo effect. When the crowd were here, does that, obviously we won 3-1 that day, great result. Does the crowd play a part in that, or did the team set out the way they were and you just focused on the game?
Yeah, there's a bit of both in that, I think, mate. I think the boys obviously get energy off the crowd, don't you? I don't care what people say, that's always going to be the case. And as great as that is, and I don't mean this to sound as bad as it might sound, but see when you get that crowd and then you drop by 300 or 400 or 300, it's like it's a drop in the energy. But that's no to say we don't love the fans being there in the 300, but when it's 700, it's just so different, isn't it? And I think everybody recognises that, like fans and players, committee, everybody about the place is pure buzzing because of the big crowd. So ideally we would want 600 and 700 every week, mate, at a home game, because that atmosphere was electric, and anybody that was here said it. Everybody loved it. People that have never been to rock games and spoke to us, and I've had messages for people and that and saying that was amazing. Well, right, well, let's keep it there then. Let's try and get the crowds up and keep it like that when we're in the home game. So it was brilliant, mate. But no, I think the game itself was, it's like I said, we started really slowly in the first few games, and we started to gradually come back to what we're looking for. I said to you in the last interview, I think, about the Glencairn game kind of scurriled us a bit, and we went away after that, and I'm not going to sit and lie, mate. I was really annoyed and disappointed, and I actually felt let down myself, as if I'd let myself down, because when I went home after the Glencairn game, I was really disappointed in what I watched. And football's no shouldn't be like that. You should be happy with what you watched, and even in defeat, sometimes you can say, well, do you know what, we played well there, we were just beaten by the better team in the day. But there was no argument in that Glencairn game. The Glencairn game was scrappy, long, horrible, lacking energy, everything that I don't want. So after it gave me a boot where you don't want, and I went away and thought about it. Right, you know what, we're going to go and restart this, and let's get people fit. Let's get on the ball again, and let's start doing what I'm used to. And there's a wee bit of people will always say, well, we've played long for a season or so, and maybe longer. But that is true. I don't doubt it, and it is true. But we had to play the pitch. We had to play that park out there. That park wasn't great. And now the park is tremendous. I would argue that park's as good as any, and we're level to now. It's in such good condition. So with it being like that gave us the opportunity to go, do you know what? Let's go back to what I'm used to doing. So let's go back to take the ball, playing with the ball, and let the boys have a bit of fun with it, rather than it being long, serious, just a bit of result. Ultimately, it's always a bit of result, I get that. But the Glencairn game's scurriled us. So we went into that Darvel game with a wee bit ropey on, right, we're telling them to play, and you can hear right away. We started playing for the first bell, and you hear the crowds all getting a bit, oh, what are they doing? And nerves are kicking in, and we're trying to remain calm because we've warned the boys all week about it, and on the Saturday that if you play and stay calm, we'll be fine. It's if you get nervy and jumpy, you'll lose control of it. And then Darvel go and score straight away. Majorly put you under pressure for what we were trying to do. But I thought, in honesty, I thought we kept going. And there was a couple of the first 15 minutes, I'll go as far as 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, Darvel had a couple of wee bits where we were still trying to figure out what we'd been practicing on. And then we go to grip it. And I thought after that period of time, the boys were very, very good. I know a lot of people commented on it and commented to me and all, and a lot of people saying, well, we're brilliant in the second, well, we're very good in the second half, dominated the second half. I actually thought it was earlier than that. I think people have remembered the first 20 minutes of the first half and thought, oh, we got a wee bit of a doing in the first half, but I didn't think it like that. I didn't see it like that at all. I saw us trying to plan out what we'd been working on, and then they got to that, and then when they worked it all out, we then took over. As far as I was concerned, after 20 minutes, I honestly, and I wouldn't say this, I honestly believed we were going to win that game. I just thought, right, they're getting what we're doing, and now we're starting to pick holes in Darvel, and well, the first of all is Darvel couldn't keep up with the fitness, in my opinion. Our movements were too good, and we things that we'd been doing, and I thought, right, good, I like it. The boys are starting to play, and in all honesty, I thought we deserved that one, massively deserved that one. You'll always listen. Teams that will play here or any game in junior football will always get chances against you. You're never going to go in a game where they don't get chances. But I thought we limited them to very, very little chances. The goal they score is a mistake for Big John. Big John's pushing guys at the road to come and get a ball and misses it completely. And he didn't empty net for a throw in. Ridiculous goal for your level. But when your goalkeeper's coming out like a madman and saying he's coming to get it, and your two centre backs jump out the way so that he gets it and doesn't get near it, it's a mistake. But how many saves does a big man make on the back of that and through the season? So it's goalkeepers, it happens. We just get the head down and get on with it again. So, Darvel was really, really interesting game for us. It was a game of pressure for us, if I'm being honest, because we were asking the boys to go and play in a completely different way that we'd asked them in the last 6 months or whatever. So it was a good game for us to take on, possibly a wee bit more nervous than ever for us, just because we were standing by, right, you're doing it, you're going to do it, and you're going to keep doing it until we get it. And thankfully it worked out.
It did work out, so ultimately we ended up winning the game 3-1. Goals from Dylan Jember and Nathan McConnell. It's a great result, obviously against strong opposition, following on for last season.
Aye.
When they left with nothing as well. What did you say to the boys after the game?
It's like I said there, mate, it was all about sticking to the rule, sticking to what we were trying to do. And if you watch the first goal back, Dylan scores, it's not about the finish. The finish is a tap in at the back post. But if you watch it back, we can throw the ball. We don't just fling balls in. We can back out and run and back out and run. And it's things we've been doing. We've been driving on midfielders to get into the box much more than they have. And then Dylan's the last man at the back post to put a ball in. So, from our point of view, that was brilliant. And when we came in at the end, Jember's goal, Jember for me would be one of the most powerful wingers in this league when he gets going. The problem with Jember is he lacks confidence in the games. He doesn't go for weeks with hundreds of confidence and then loses it for 2 weeks. His confidence in the game changes every 5 minutes. So you need to keep on Jember to run people in that. And I thought when he came on against Darvel, he just took that boy absolutely to the cleaners. And he'd probably had a nightmare that night about Jember. And that's what you're looking for Jember. That's what we want all the time. But he's a winger, and wingers can drive you crackers at times. But he done the job, and that was great. So that was good. And then Nathan, and he's going to have this wee trick under his card all the time. He does these things, and there's an argument to did they cross it or did they put it in the corner or the net. I don't care. It went in the back of the goal, and that's all we needed.
Some people will tell you it was a cross. Nathan will tell you he meant it.
He meant it. Of course he did. He meant a big loopy shot for the back post.
It looks better when he means it, doesn't it?
Aye, absolutely. But it goes in, and that was great, mate, because I thought after it, we'd been trying to do this, and when you're working on stuff that you're trying to do, and then you get a result against a team who had been started the league really well, mate, and we continue to do it after going down that early in the game, our big crowd getting silenced for a wee bit. Just it was good because we were under a bit of pressure, and they continued to do what we were asking. So when we came in here at the end, it was brilliant. The atmosphere was amazing. But for us as a coaching, the best part about it was sticking to the plan, and even though we were under a bit of pressure at the time, so it was good.
So obviously we got the big 3 points. We then went to the St Cadocs game on the Tuesday with a lot of confidence, looking to try and get a result away there. The game finishes 2-2. Obviously we get into that game. We talked about in the last interview. This is a specific referee.
Aye.
We then get into that match with that referee.
Here's when I get myself shot again.
And there's a couple of there's a couple of decisions in the game that we're maybe not happy with. Do you think there's anything there? Like,
mate, you know I'm not going to hold back on this. Again, mate, I'm going to. You're saying there's a couple of things there. I'm going to suggest it's disturbing because for me, there's loads of things wrong, like loads, and people are waiting sick of listening to us moaning about referees and all the rest of it, mate. I'm just it's so frustrating and so annoying. I tried to explain this to him when I was in the dressing room, but the arrogance and it comes with it is so annoying and frustrating for us as a coach and staff. You're going in there to a room and you're getting told that that's your opinion, that's my opinion, and that's it. That's basically what you get told, and you go, wait a minute, but I need an explanation to it. And my explanation is that's your opinion and this is my opinion. Well, wait a minute, man. So there was loads of things that there's loads of the highlights of what we all seen on the clips and that, and it was on socials, is ridiculous decisions, right? They're bad. But there's other ones that people don't kind of pick up on that I do. He booked Jordan Pirrie in the halfway line, right next to us at the dugout. The boy's facing his own goal, got the ball on his feet, and Jordan is trying to nick it round the side of him. And it's a foul because Jordan leans into him and there's a bit of weight in him. But there's nothing in it. And if we really highlighted it, if we put it out and we clipped it and put it out, I think this would make him look even more stupid than some of the decisions he did make. But this one is, for me, was a really bad decision. He booked him, and I asked him at half time, why did you book him? Because it was a yellow card. It was a reckless challenge, he said. No, honestly, I think I still don't know. I mean, me personally, obviously the club, we need to look after ourselves, but me personally, I would call him out. I'd just get it out and say, that is, for me, is blatant. And I used the word blatant in his dressing room twice, and he said if I had to say that again, he was going to record that, or he was going to take me to the judiciary of SFA or whatever refereeing. But
can we talk about the reckless part then? So obviously Jordan's been booked for a reckless tackle. What about the challenge on Max Brown?
aye,
I was at the far end of the pitch. That happened around about halfway.
I was right in the dugout. We were on the line there. No, again. So this is another thing. So there was a couple of things. Obviously, first and foremost, right. So we'll go through the ref and then we'll go to the game, right? So the ref, we're 1-0 up, and I don't think anybody. And listen, I really like Barry and Chris at St Cadocs. Loved Brennan when he was there and all. I like all these guys. I've got no issues with St Cadocs or anything like it. But for me, I think if you're at the game, which you were, and a lot of people were there watching, we were 1-0 up, and I would argue playing really, really well. St Cadocs were struggling to get the ball off us. We were bottom about a bit. We've missed a pen. Jack's had some save for the goalkeeper. Nathan straight through again. We could have been 5 up. We're 1-0 up, and we're still in good possession of the ball, and we're still dictating how we're playing. And for me, we were playing very, very well. And then the referee goes and gives a penalty on something that he clearly can't see. Now, everybody knows a referee has to be 100% on what he sees before he can give it. Right? Now, we've seen it. We've all watched it. We've put it on the socials. He has got the centre forwards back. He's got Dom's back in front of him. He can't see a thing. He's still 20 yards away. And he calls a pen for a ball that's between my centre back and my goalkeeper. One of the two take it, or it goes out, we let it run for a bye kick. But their centre forward has got nothing else he can do but push Dom into the ball. And that's what he does. Pushes Dom into the ball, and as he pushes Dom into the ball, he shouts for a pen. And there's no doubt in my mind that referee did not see any of that. And that's my concern. My concern is he never seen a thing, but he thought it was alright to blow a whistle and give a penalty. Now, what comes with that, in my opinion, is they get a goal for nothing. It's nothing. It's for absolutely nothing. They weren't in the game. They weren't in the game at all. We were dominating, and we would have took care of the game, I think. He's now changed it, because what happens in the back, he gives the penalty, Dom gets booked, I think somebody else got booked, Kenny got booked in the coaching. We have now temporarily lost the head because it's so bad a decision. Now, people will argue, well, keep the head, control it better, get do better with that, right? Fine. See, when you're in the heat of the game and you're trying to do it, what we do, it's really difficult to keep your head when something as blatant as this is given against you. So, we were annoyed, we were frustrated, and that leads on to the players. The players are already going after them. There's players all in them, and he's shouting at them on. Our game has now gone in ahead. So we've now playing away, and it's one each, and it shouldn't be one each. And then you're into the second half, and we've got that clip where Dom is in control of the ball, with the boy at the side of him, and you can clearly see the boy, 2 hands pulling Dom's arm. But I'm not naive enough to think Dom can stay on his feet. Dom can stay on his feet. Dom can stay on his feet, but he's an experienced centre back. He knows how to play the game. He's got control of the ball. It's on safe side. The boy's in the right side of him. The boy's pulling him, and Dom does what experienced guys do: fall to the ground. He lets him run through. The bit that really riled me is he runs over towards it, puts the whistle in his mouth, then clearly sees the boy straight through and their keeper, and pulls the whistle back out and says play on. Mate, really? So where was the thought process with this? Did you think, right, I'm going to get a foul, I'll get my money straight through, I'm not going to bother anymore? Again, I go back to it, blatant. People can say you're paranoid, you can do this and all that. Right, try sitting here. It's no paranoia. The boy's got it in for he's done 2 games for his Cumbernauld in this game, and I don't know what the bookings are, but it's double figures, and it's 2 pens against. Listen, I then go to him in the dressing room at the end, and I asked him about the tackle on Max Brown. Now, everybody knows that's red. Big Chris standing next to me, their coach, they all know it's red. Everybody knows it's red. And he brings out the yellow as quick as he could. He couldn't get the yellow out any quicker. And that was to just to fuse us straight away. And I said that to him, I don't think we're daft, Kieran. Don't think we're daft. That yellow, we couldn't come out quick enough. That's just purely to settle you and everybody else down. Everybody knows that's red. But what's more annoying is I got into the dressing room and I asked him, so what did Max Brown's defendant get booked with? What for? And he said reckless. And I said, right, okay. So how big's this spectrum on reckless? Because Jordan Pirries was a foul. There is no doubt Jordan Pirries was a foul. It's no arguable. But it was never a booking. But you put it down as reckless. This boy has came in between ankle and shin, and both his feet are in the air at pace, and wipes Max out. The ball's over there now, and he gets Max that high, clear, red as you're ever going to see, and doesn't do it, and puts the 2 of them down as yellow cards as reckless. And then, where did the booking come from with Dom, mate? You can't see it. He gets a penalty and they can't see it. He can't see the pen. Cannot see it. Everybody can clearly see he can't see it. But even if it's not enough to get a penalty, then books Dom for the handball. What? So, mate, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this, and I'm not going to sit here and back here. And I've said it before, refereeing's a hard job. It's a really hard job. But I tried to explain this to Kieran on the night, mate. And this is my gripe. And people in football will understand what I'm saying here. We've got guys up at this park every day, all boys who come up here, clean these dressing rooms, clean the kitchens, clean the park, clean the rubbish. We've got guys in the committee who are non-stop trying to run a football club. We then get to the management side of it, where we know how busy we are, and then you've got the team, the fans, and everybody that puts into it. This isn't it. This guy turns up for 90 minutes and just very blasé with a decision and no really got a care in the world about it. See if you're going to do it. I wouldn't want a job, but see if you're going to do it to the best of your ability. Do it to how good you can do it. And if that's his best, I saw somebody comment on Twitter, this boy belongs back in amateurs. Well, I'm going to say the same. If that's your best, I think amateurs is too good for you. I think you should go back to boys club stuff, because miles off it for me. And people are going to say, oh, right, you're a bit harsh. We're no harsh. The decisions on that night were absolutely horrific. From the start to finish, so bad. And we could have dealt with the game better. I totally get that and understand it. But when you've got head loss, and everybody's got head loss because of the frustrations of some of the decisions, then it's really difficult to pick yourself back out. You're so annoyed and aggravated. So I'm no sugarcoating anymore. Kieran, I'm hoping when we get our referees allocated, I don't get a call to say it's Kieran, because he's so bad. And that's me being completely honest. I'm no hiding it anymore. And that's just the way it is. People can say what they want. But on the game itself, St Cadocs, I thought we were great. I thought we started really great. We carried on what we asked with Darvel. Keeping the ball retention was good. Making the right runs, midfield support them, all the things we'd asked for. And that was great. And then Liam scored an absolute worldie. And that's what we wanted. Midfielders to score goals, scores an absolute worldie in the last kick of the ball. And it was nothing more than deserved for me. And I know people are saying, oh, we struggled against 10 men. Like, listen, see when you've got 10 men and people are grouped in two big blocks in their own 18, it's really difficult to break it down. And people say, we should do better, we should be doing this and we should be doing that. I've got no doubt when they had 11 men on the park and we were playing and we were at it, I thought we were picking them off really as much as we wanted. So I thought we were happy with St Cadocs game, to be honest. With my team's performance, I was happy with. Refereeing, absolutely disgraceful.
Before we move on to the next match, then, it's worth obviously pointing out Liam Brown's strike at the end.
Yes, tremendous.
An absolute tremendous strike, while carrying an injury. If you see the highlights back, you can see when he pulls up, and then the strike afterwards, he's able to strike it like that while carrying an injury to finish the game.
Yeah, tremendous, mate. Listen, that's worth the entry fee alone, just to see a boy hit a ball. I think in the game, I think a lot of people were quite happy with how Liam's passing range was. You're starting to see he's obviously coming back for a really bad injury, and we're getting to see flashes of what he can do. I just want him fit. I need him fit to be able to go through games off the ball as much as on the ball. I know a lot of people comment about him on the ball. I still think he doesn't do enough off the ball, and that's me being the manager though. And he knows this because I've already spoken to him about this. You can be as good as you want on the ball, but as a CDM, you need to be good off the ball and all. So that's a bit I keep saying to him, get yourself fit and then let's get a bit of that back into you, and then we'll see that player that everybody talks about and knows about. So it's great for us that he's there, but again, that injury's knocked him back another couple of weeks, so obviously he's not played the last few games and he'll take a wee rest again. He was trying to watch him and keep an eye on it.
Good. So we took a break for league action after that. Obviously, tempo's still a bit high. The highlights going out, everybody commenting on this performance, but we had to focus on the unknown on the Saturday. With Kirkcaldy and Dysart here in the South Challenge Cup. There wasn't much to know about them. What did you do to prepare for that sort of game, to go into that?
Well, we've probably done more than people think, to be fair. I mean, Michael, who's joined the coaching staff, just finished his B licence and that. Michael went up to Kirkcaldy on Wednesday night, took highlights of the game, came back here, and we done a slide before the game and showed the boys parts of it and what they were good at and what they weren't. And so there's a wee bit more work goes into some things that when we can, and if we can, we'll get there and get the thing sorted. So we'd seen their game for the Wednesday night, parts of it. So we knew a bit about them, and we knew. So Liam knew a couple of the boys that played with him. The top end boys played with Kelty and that, and came through at Hearts and that. So we knew we were good enemy. I knew the wee guy, wee 22, Brody. So we knew they were going to be decent, like a really good, decent outfit. But we knew there was weaknesses and all. We knew where the weaknesses were. So there was good things there for us to take for what Michael brought back from the Wednesday night game. And then we tried to take it out to the pitch. Now again though, I think, listen, people might say you're watching a different game and all that. People have opinions. I would suggest again we dominated the game. As in we had a lot of ball possession. We scored 4 goals. We've done it all right. My disappointment's the 2 goals we lose. One's a bit fortunate for them. Kiesel makes a good save and it comes back out and hits off one of the players and falls to the other boy and he hits it in an empty net. It's a wee bit fortunate. But the first goal was like the first 2 minutes or something. Like really, really disappointing goal for us because it's one ball down the side and the boy straight in, and our positional stuff was miles off and we get caught for it. So we go back and we think, right, we need to fix that. That can't happen because against other teams you might no score 4 goals and that goals we're getting a gimme. We can't have gimmies. So that goal was disappointing. Second one for them's a wee bit fortunate. But once again, I thought we were great. I thought we dominated the ball. We were doing some good passings and rotations in midfield. It was all good. Everything we've been looking at, everything we've been trying to do. So again, I was happy with it. Really happy with the stuff I'm working on. In every game, we're getting better at it. And that's all we can ask for them at this point in time. So we get the result and we go through and we're all fairly happy. Disappointed in the first goal. Second goal's fortunate, first goal's rotten. We need to do better with that. And we will do better with that because the boys knew right away. We spoke about it at half time, they knew right away they'd got that wrong, just positionally. And that can't happen. So, other than that first goal that they scored, I thought we dominated the play. I thought we were good. I thought Jordan Perry was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding, dominating the midfield.
You can see he's clearly watched the highlights back and tried to better Liam Brown's strike.
I know it's some strike in it. I actually, when you watch it back, you see Jordan's moves. I mean, his is moving, and Liam's was like an arrow, and Jordan's is actually moving a bit, and you can see the goalkeeper all over the place. But listen, I think if you're paying entry money to come into to watch a candy and you're getting goals like this every week, you'd take it because I mean some of them are tremendous. Some of the goals are very, very good. Couldn't be happier. Scored for 2 set pieces. Another thing we've been trying to do for long enough and it's no come off, and now we've got Danny and Jay for that. It's all wee things that we've tried to change and we're trying to fix and trying to make a bit better. It's not going to all happen really early the next 2 weeks, but I would suggest over the next 2 months you'll see a massive difference if we keep working as hard with it.
There'll be many Candy fans that will tell you over the years that we've struggled to beat the first man for corners.
Right.
It's nice to see goals for corners.
I know, mate. Well, by the way, it's nice for us, I know, because we're pretty decent at defending corners. I always feel we're decent with the first phase of defending corners, but we've been bloody poor at putting the ball in the net for corners. So it's good and refreshing for us to see that it's there. So it's something that we need to keep adding to our game and keep going with. So good. We're happy with where we are. I think it's you're the start man. What have we beat 1 and 6 for the start of the season?
This season, we've lost one, the first game of the season.
Right.
Which we've already talked about. Obviously, there was a fine involved for that, but
I know. So let's be real, right? We've played 6 games that mattered. We've lost 1, and I'm admitting to everybody that we're not there yet because we've still got players coming back. Still can players try to get fit. Still get players try to get in the squad. So for me, if somebody says to me, you play 6 games at the start of the season and you've lost 1, how do you feel about that? I'm taking that all day. All day. Thank you very much.
So that leads us nicely, and then obviously you said about players coming back, players injured, coming back for minutes. So obviously we beat Kirkcaldy on Saturday. That brings us into new mains for the next round of the Cup here on the 5th of September.
Yeah.
Obviously we'd arranged to play new mains in a friendly on Monday night as well.
Aye.
So it was a good chance to see some of the boys coming back and Adam Kenton's first run of the season. How did that go?
Mate, I thought it were brilliant. I thought it were very good. I was really, really, really happy with lots of it. It was obviously... So Adams, Ketts, right? Ketts has been here all through pre-season, just running. A lot of people will go, who is he? And you must know him. He's running around the pitch and up and down the pitch and across the pitch. He's just running about the pitch constantly before games and that. And this is purely build up to fitness and build up to... The boys did an ACL operation a year ago or less. And this is him coming back. He's absolutely itching to get on that pitch. But he doesn't want to be that boy where he's no ready and he doesn't want to come out here and embarrass himself because he's no fit and sharp and ready. So the new mains game was pretty perfect. When the new mains game came up, I thought right away, might get a wee chance to get Ketts on the pitch. But I was leaving this to Ketts because it's on him. You know your body and you'll know it's alright I'm running out there in straight lines and maybe wee turns, but when you play the game it's completely different. So we left it on him, and then he phoned me and he said to me, can I really play in that game? Absolutely, if you want to. And we gave him 60 minutes. And listen, his sharpness wasn't there, but it's 60 minutes, a good game time for him, and it's only going to help him. He'll be miles ahead now on that 60 minutes alone, just on turns, quick movements. So for me, it was brilliant to see Ketts on the pitch. And it's a mental block and all. Like, say if you've got that operation a year ago and you've not played football and you can't get a game and you're just running for fitness only. So the mental block on his mind is murder. So for him to get out onto the pitch now is he can now see the green light starting to flash in front of him and go, right, I can get out here. So brilliant for Ketts, really happy that he got there, and it was a good 60 minutes and it was well worthy for us having that game if it was only for Ketts, but it wasn't. I thought young Jude, who came in, was absolutely tremendous, like sharp as attack, really good. young boy coming down for Stirling Albion, and I thought he was very, very good, very influential in the whole game, and that was great and all. And then it's good for like boys like Joe Burns, mate, who we've brought in as a young boy for Clydebank, a striker, and he scores 2 goals, and he probably could have scored 5 if the truth were told. And Joe would tell you that himself, but he scored 2, and but wasn't just the goals; he was a handful all night for them. These things are things that are good for us. They're good for us to get a look at in games that don't really matter too much. So we get to have a look at them. We get to have good minutes in the legs, and then other boys who are just Waldo, the left back boy who has just come in the door, and we've get him a run for 90 again, sharper now, fitter again. The game was great for all these reasons, and in between all that, I thought we played some brilliant football. Like some of the passings, what we've been doing again, and that was really nice for us to see, because a lot of the boys, I think there was only like 2 boys who played on the Saturday, took part in the Newman's game. I might be 1 or 2 at that, but it was a very few. So it was good that we played all these other boys, and they still took what we've been doing in training to the park. So that was good and all, because it didn't just go in and change how we played. They played how we wanted them to play. So for me, that was good and all. It was, I liked it. I liked what we've seen at Newman's from certain players. Was there others who could have maybe done a wee bit better? Aye. I think there's ones that could have done better in that circumstance of that game. But listen, it is what it is. We got a minutes into a lot of boys, and it was a good run out for us, absolutely. And Newman's were classways, by the way. Got to say this. Class. They boys are working really hard there. So showing us about their set up with their new dressing rooms and their new areas for their ice baths and wee sauna and all that. It was brilliant, by the way. The work gone behind the scenes at Newman's is absolute class, and fair play to them, man.
Take some ideas for that here, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I said that to them. I said we're going to take an idea for that. A couple of ideas that we're already talking to you about. Try and get them and put in place in here. They're just good ideas and really good work for the boys. I was impressed by what they were doing. It was good.
I mean, we'll circle back to the Rossville game that's coming this Saturday, obviously, in the Scottish Communities Cup. Obviously, we played Newmains on Monday night. We've got them here on the 5th of September in the South Challenge Cup. What sort of the result? 7-0 is a pretty emphatic win. How do you think that'll affect the game on the 5th? Do you think it'll have any impact at all?
Well, if it does, some people will leave on the Saturday night, mate. I'll tell you that. You come into that game with any application wrong, you'll not be here. We can't treat anybody like that. If anybody comes into that game thinking, no, we've took them on a Monday night and beat them with 7 and stroll in here, mate, that won't happen. That won't happen, because we'll not allow that to happen. And to be fair, there's players in this team now that won't let that happen anyway. It's pure domination of the ball for them, and they want to dominate teams, and they're not having that, they'll not accept that. So what it might bring is a bit more bite to Newman's, because Newman's won't want that. They'll be saying, right, we're going out here to get scored 7-0. And to be fair, we've scored three of the goals in the last 10 minutes or so when we've took the legs right off of Newman's, because we've played pretty decent. So I'm told then it's no quite as bad as that. I mean, the result probably, listen, the result is what it is, and Newman's will not be liking it. But they'll come here with a bit of bite and thinking, right, they're not doing that to us again. But from my side, from my point of view, I'm going, I want the same again, or more. Because for me, we need to go and show again that that's what it's about. We'll dominate you again, and we're going to do this. Because that's what we need to breed into this dressing room, that it's always about winning, only about winning, and if it's no for that for you, then you'll not last long. So we need to have that application. If it'll no be because us no oil it. We'll be all right for the start. That's one of my. I actually don't like games like this. I hate this. I hate when it's like the Rossville game. People talking about Rossville in the 4th division. I was in the 4th division. We were in the 4th division when we knocked out the Bens, who were in the Premier Division. When I was at West Park, we knocked out the Bens out the cup. Don't kid yourself. If you don't apply yourself, you'll get knocked out. It's as simple as that. So Rossville on Saturday and Newman's after that will be getting treated with the same respect that we respect everybody for. It's no any different for me. And if it's 2-0, I want 3. And if it's 3, I want 4. It's as simple as that. And if the boys don't have that mentality, like I said, you won't last long. It's as simple as that, because it's not acceptable. We know we don't want to be these guys that have been knocked out of the cup by a team in the 4th division, mate. How do you legislate for that? There's no getting away from it. We're the favourites. we should be favourites. We're at home now, we're playing here. That's on us, our own players, if we get turned over. So I'm not hiding away from that. We are favourites and we will be winning the games of football, and if we don't, somebody's getting their head looked at. So there's no point in sitting here kidding on. We are expecting to win the games, and we'll be really disappointed if we don't.
That's fine. So, I mean, obviously, we're moving into Saturday as another cup game, another break for the league. You did play Monday night, some minutes in the league for some of the boys coming back. What's the squad looking like in terms of availability for some of the boys that might have been missing? Is there anybody we can expect to see that hasn't been involved for the last few weeks?
I think you'll expect to see Jude. I think Jude. So when I do this, right? So again, mate, I try and no lie about it when it comes to football when we're talking about stuff like this. But I say to the boys all the time that it's much harder to put yourself into a team than it is to get yourself out it, right? And when you get in, it's up to you to get your chance, you take it, right? And I thought Jude just came in and Monday night, first night with the boys, hadn't played with any of them, and just looked comfortable in everything he'd done, and got man of the match, and quite rightly so. So you're talking about how difficult is it to get him in a team? Not that difficult, right? So he's came in and grabbed it and went, I'm taking a shot. I want a shot, and I want it, and I'm going to keep it. And I love that attitude. This is what I mean by a couple of boys maybe didn't. A couple of boys maybe didn't take that top the same way that Jude did. And again, mate, we're not here to kid on to people. Everybody watching that game that night, standing next to us, boys on the bench, regular team players on the bench, everybody at the side watching, we're all talking about Jude. Right, so my argument to every other player on the pitch is, how are they not talking about you? Right, so this is what you're asking me about, is we're going to see other players. I would suggest you'll see Jude. That's just how it is. It's going to be like that.
Obviously, we've got the game switched from Hunters Hill to James O'Gordy Park this Saturday. And you did touch on the pitch earlier on. Before, obviously, we sat down, we went a walk around the pitch because we just had about a bit of heavy rain.
Yep.
What's the difference like between now and last year?
Unbelievable, mate. I would suggest, I know I said it earlier on, but I would suggest if somebody was doing pitch inspections right now as we sit here, I would suggest if you've got one of the best grass parks in junior football right now, I would suggest one of the top 3 or top 5. That part out there is quality right now. The grass texture, how thick it is amazing. It's absolutely, the work's been done on it, it's been unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. How green it looks, you've seen it. I walk in and I'm like, wow now, just wow. And then the cut in it's amazing. And then we've had loads of rain the last few weeks. I know there was sun and stuff, but there was a few bad, like one of the weeks it was really, really bad, and we didn't have one puddle sitting in the park, mate. So the work that's been done is now showing, and it looks great. But like I said to you coming in, the proof's in the pudding. We'll see what we're saying in January and February when it's non-stop rain, mud, snow and all the rest of it, and the growth of the grass stops because of the temperatures and stuff. But right now, as we sit, I just think it looks tremendous. And by the way, all the boys have been commenting on it as well, like home and away teams. It's everybody's saying how great the park is, how soft it feels. Obviously, we dropped a lot of sand on it in off season, and it's obviously helping because everybody's talking about the texture of the ground and all. It's not just hard. There's a good feeling about it. So it's loads of things. Great. The grass looks amazing. It's looking a bit flatter than it's ever looked. The goalmouth has got grass everywhere. So, the park's been brilliant. And listen, I said it in the last interview, and I said that I'm saying it again now. It's one of the reasons we're changed to how we're playing. It is. There's nothing away from it. If that was still mud, we'd still be sitting about thinking about how we play our second balls and all the rest of it. The park has changed our approach to how we're going to play. That's quality. That's brilliant for us. I really like it. That's going to be happy with it. And there's credit got to be given to all the guys that's been involved in it, whether it be the committee, the boys that set out the park to begin with, and obviously Thomas and Davey and Terence who are sleep on it, I think. But good work for the minute because it's paying off.
As it really helps, considering this time last year we'd already had a game or two called off. Thomas was saying before you came in that with the rain we had, he'd be out forking it in the rain, and as he was just sitting chilling. He was quite happy.
I don't even need to fork it. It's brilliant, mate. It's absolutely different class. I know a few people have commented on it and saying it's probably the best the pitch has ever looked. I don't think there's any problem about it. I don't think there's any problem about it. I think that's the best that park's ever looked. That is unbelievable right now. If people wanted to see that park, then now last 2 weeks ago or so, or 3 weeks ago, it was a wee bit yellow because of the sun obviously beating down on it, and it was cut short. But since then we got the other feed put in it, and then we got the rain, and now it's just what the boy said would happen has happened. It's went total green, it's the same colour as that. It's went green, the grass is flying through everywhere, it's knitting together. I just think it's amazing, mate. It's what a difference. Brilliant.
Thanks very much. I'll see you Saturday.
See you Saturday, mate. Go to training now.